Hey, you made it to the next video. In my previous video, we discussed whether you should start flight training or not. Now you're to the point wondering, well, what does flight training process look like? Today I'm breaking down the experience from day one to checkride, aka the fancy term for our final test, in the most simplest way possible and honest way coming from myself, a flight instructor. I'm Steven, I'm a flight instructor out of the Rochester, Minnesota area, and on this channel we call Right Seat Reports. I share lessons, insights, and real-world aviation experiences to help student pilots and aspiring professionals navigate the world of flight training. Today, we're going to walk through what flight training actually looks like, so you know what to expect when you start your journey as a pilot. We'll start off here. Flight training is structured and it is not chaotic. I know that's something that you may be thinking about. When people think of flight training, they imagine intense, overwhelming lessons. It's actually the complete opposite. Training follows a very clear FAA-approved progression, Federal Aviation Association approved progression. You start with the basics, add skills one at a time, and before you know it, you're doing things you never thought you'd be able to do. That's the way flight training is. Number two, early lessons. Getting comfortable. Okay, the first 5 to 10 lessons of your training are all about learning the absolute basics. Basic controls of the aircraft, straight and level flight, climbs, descents, learning how to turn in the aircraft, basic radio communications, and learning how to actually pre-flight the airplane, meaning we're going to inspect the airplane to make sure it's safe to fly. Nothing is rushed. You and your instructor work together to build the confidence one small step at a time. They're there for you, side by side, basically holding your hand for those first few lessons. We get to mid-training now. Number 3, you start flying like a pilot. As your skills build, you start learning the fun stuff. Takeoffs, landings, things we call ground reference maneuvers, slow flight, and stalls, not like a car, engine stops. This is where students really start to say, okay, I'm actually becoming a pilot. And again, you're not perfect, you're not supposed to be. And honestly, it's going to be a while. But you'll see real progress with each lesson, and the instructor will be in charge of letting you know of that progress and make sure that you feel comfortable and that you're going in the right direction. Number 4, the solo. The moment everything changes, you're going up in the airplane all by yourself. One day after enough training, it happens. Your instructor gets out of the airplane, tells you to take another lap around the pattern on your own. This is always a moment students remember forever. It's emotional, empowering, and for many, very life-changing experience. Number 5, this comes after your solo cross-country training and navigation, meaning basically we're going point A to point B now, flying alone and with an instructor. After solo, you learn how to fly from point A to B. With your instructor, you plan routes, learn weather, check performance data, and navigate using visual references and a GPS. This stage teaches you to think and act like a real pilot, not just someone flying an airplane. You get the real-world experience rather than be sitting in the same area flying forever near the airport that you're at. Number 6, your check ride prep. Toward the end, everything comes together. You refine your landings, airspace knowledge, weather decisions, emergency procedures, and communication skills. By this point, you're flying confidently, you feel like you can do this all on your own, and you're making real decisions with your instructor guiding you along. They give you real-world scenarios while you're in the airplane to make sure you're ready to go up by yourself with your own plane and be able to fly by yourself. The reality of training, well, training isn't always easy, but it is absolutely doable. You'll have days where everything's clicking, everything's nice and smooth, and days where nothing does. And that's completely normal. I've been there myself. Every single pilot goes through it. If you show up consistently, you will finish. We say 2 to 3 days a week is good for flight training. Okay? Now, if this video gave you a very clear picture of what flight training looks like to you, or if you have any questions, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button to Right Seat Reports. Would absolutely love to have you on this channel, and drop a comment if you're thinking about starting. Or even leave a comment below and any questions you might have. And I'm happy to help and want to know if my videos are making an impact. And also, if there are things that you would like to see differently with my channel, or some things that you would like to see me do differently. In the next video, I'll be discussing what it looks like on your very first pilot lesson. Now we went from considering flight training, we see what flight training looks like, what it's actually going to look like, and now you want to know what that first lesson looks like, because I know I was in the same seat. I know what training looks like, I'm excited to get going. Well, what does that first lesson actually look like? Alright, so let's move on to that next video, and I hope to see you in the right seat.